Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Godzilla Minus One. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. It's Godzilla. Do I need to explain who Godzilla is? I hope not. It shouldn't. But Godzilla is probably one of the most iconic monsters ever in the history of entertainment. It's been around for decades, and there's been plenty, like way too many movies of Godzilla. It's kind of insane. But yeah, like the Japanese ones, then you got the American ones. But this is a Japanese Godzilla movie. This isn't like Americanized Godzilla like the MonsterVerse movies or the god awful Roland Emmerich one that Japan hates so much. And Toho, who owns the rights to Godzilla, they actually just called it Zilla. Just Zilla. No god from that, just Zilla. Because I guess they feel like it's Roland Emmerich's Godzilla isn't worthy of getting that name, which is fair. But yeah, so Godzilla is a big brand. It's been around for generations. So obviously brand name recognition pro. Obviously. So easy brand name recognition. Another pro are the reviews for this movie, which are quite stellar as I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes. Critic score is 97%, audience score is 98%, cinema score is an A. Word of mouth is through the roof across the board. So, yeah. Critic score, audience score, cinema score, all fantastic. So, that's a pro. Another pro is although there's a lot of movies coming although there's a lot of movies coming out this weekend, none of them are directly competing against each other. And the November releases, as you know, November was a bit of a flop when it comes to movie releases. I mean, the biggest movie we got is Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and if that's your biggest movie, then we have some serious problems. Nothing else has been able to get even close to blockbuster status. So there's a real lack of serious competition out there. I mean, the biggest competition technically is Renaissance, but that's going after a completely different audience compared to Godzilla Minus One. And the next weekend is pretty much a dead weekend. And so, yeah, for right now, there's no serious direct competition. So there won't be really any direct competition to, like, I guess Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is funny because Godzilla, Warner Brothers have distributed the MonsterVerse movies. So I find that funny. But yeah, no serious competition like at all. So that's a pro. Oh, I should mention it's Thursday preview. Apparently this is Thursday and Wednesday combined. But 2.1 million for something like this, something that hasn't been like marketed like extensively, like in a traditional sense. That's pretty darn good. I mean, that's better than movies that have been like marketed like quite a bit. And I mean, that's better than Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I believe, was only like what, $1 million. I'm gonna look off screen to see if that's true. I'm pretty sure it was only 1 million. Am I right? Am I correct? I'm about to find out. Yes, it was $1 million. And that had a big studio backing it. This doesn't. So, yeah. The number is pretty impressive for what this is. So, I'm going to label that as a pro. And I think that's really it with pros. I think I mentioned all the pros. Okay, cons. Obviously, quality won't be an issue. What will be an issue is this movie's longevity, because obviously this is Godzilla. Godzilla has legions of fans. And when something's very fan-driven, it leads to a lot of front-loading. And I wouldn't be surprised if this movie had a short life because of that. because obviously the main people who are going to be watching this movie are hardcore Godzilla fans, and everyone else is just kind of out. Like anyone outside that bubble is just like not gonna or just not gonna care as much. So yeah, this movie's really gonna appeal to hardcore Godzilla fans, and that's more or less it. So yeah, I expect this movie to be very, very front loaded because of that. It's not gonna have much of a life. So yeah, that's a con, definitely. Uh, I think that's really it. I guess. I mean, I know it's like this is a Japanese like I'm not sure if it's gonna be like subbed or dubbed or whatever. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, but I'm not even gonna mention that. But yeah, I think the main issue for this movie is longevity. But that's really it. So opening weekend, this is kind of a tough one to predict because of its limited run, or at least it's similarly limited release. I mean, this movie's only opening in, let me see, only opening how many theaters? Only 2,300 theaters, which isn't like a super small amount, but for Godzilla standards, that's pretty small. So yeah, but there is a lot of fan demand for this, and that could overpower that low theater count. So I'm thinking the number I'm seeing is double digits, like 10 million. And I think it can hit that. It should. So yeah, 10 million. I'm gonna say 10 million. And in total, I'd be surprised if it went past 20. I really would. Um, I'm gonna say 20 million, just to be safe. Just 20 million total. And that's it. So yeah, that's Godzilla Minus One. Uh, Next up we got Renaissance, then The Shift, then Silent Night. I'm not doing one on Animal. I just decided no. I'm just not gonna do it. I mean, I'm already gonna do 4. I don't need to do 5. I'll talk about Animal in my December recap. Okay, talk about it there. But I'm just not gonna make cancel episode. I'm not gonna make a prediction video for it because I feel like it's gonna be pointless. So I'm just not gonna even bother. So yeah, next up will be Renaissance, and then Shipped and Silent Night. So stay tuned for those videos. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. And check out more videos like this. I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year. If you want to watch any of the ones I've done this year or the past few years, you can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I have not made a cancel episode in quite some time. The last one I made was, when was it? The 17th? It's been like 2 weeks, like 2 whole weeks. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's been a minute. I know some stuff has happened, but I making those video it just didn't work out, so I'm just gonna wait till something else happens, then I'll make another cancel episode. Yeah, the last one I made was episode 219, so there's 219 episodes of canceled. So if you want to watch any of them from beginning to now, you want to binge them all from beginning to now, I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. My November recap will come out next week. I can tell you that now. November, that month was just not very good. There's going to be a lot of corpses to analyze when I make that video, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.